Hello everybody, Russian Batman back with another video. In today's video, I am recreating myself, Frail Whale, and Potato Mean as Marvel Rivals characters. So yeah, first of all, I am drawing myself as a Marvel Rival character. A little egotistical, but so be it. For each one of these drawings, I am making each character into a different class in the game. For example, I am making myself into a Vanguard because I am canonically taller than both Frail Whale and Potato Mean, so I thought that would be funny, and I just thought it would look cool, to draw myself big and buff. For all these characters, I base their poses off an existing Marvel Rival character to kind of make it fit the style. For me, I did Punisher because he has that big bulky build, but he's still like a person, so that's when my sig fig is very basic. By the way, the premise of the video is recreating sig figs into Marvel Rival characters. My sig fig's pretty basic. It's just sort of like me, but with a Russian Batman mask, or Batman mask with like gold on it. So it's nothing super crazy or special to kind of exaggerate a go base off. This one's kind of the most plain out of all of them. And you can see here what I'm doing in the drawing is I'm actually using grayscaling, where I'm drawing in gray and then putting the color on a separate layer that actually just overlays, and I'm really happy with how it looked. I've seen other Marvel Rival artists do it this way, so yeah. And then so I just do the still like my style, but like I said, I'm still kind of doing the Marvel Rival style. Here I can do the white outlining, and then we're gonna see the drawing in 3, 2, 1. Any second now, and Baba Booey. There you go. I'm really happy with how it looked. I gave it a kind of rough background, and so that is me. Next up here we have his Potato Mean. Now I did most of the sketching. Actually, I didn't record most of the sketching, but still, this recording I think is the longest out of the 3 of them I did. So yeah, and as we can see here, it is Potato Mean for sure. I'm actually really proud of this one. I know Potato Mean has said himself that he actually wants to do his character in a Marvel Rival style on his own, so he might do a little bit of a different take than what I'm doing. So this idea here is, you can see the big thing I have is I gave him the big red arm, which I think he said he's wanted to do, and he's made his kind of medieval character with the glowing red arm, so that's not original, but I kind of made it bleed into the rest of the body, so it's not just the arm, it's also, you can see, part of the torso. Here I'm making like a little chainmail pattern, so I don't have to draw every single chain section. Pretty clever. I'm just tooting my own horn at this point. But you see here, I'm still doing the grayscaling. So with that red arm, it's kind of infecting the rest of the body a bit. You'd even see these cracks in the armor around it to kind of make it really seem like that the red is like, kind of dissolving. Not dissolving, but it's like kind of infecting the rest of him. And I thought it'd be cool maybe if like when you're using him, and by the way, the idea behind this character is that he would be a duelist. Sorry if you hear like walking in the background. The idea is he would be a duelist, and when you would use him, you would... maybe like there would be a meter showing how much red he has or something, or maybe his ult, he would like turn all red and all of his armor would come off. I think that would be cool. So the shoulder pads, and more specifically the fur, is very inspired by Doctor Doom. He is another obviously medieval-ish adjacent character, and so that was kind of a good reference to go base off when making a Potato Mean, because medieval kind of fits perfectly. And yeah, you see here I'm rendering it. And I do really like how the rendering turned out. Like I said, his helmet is pretty small because a lot of Marvel Rival characters I've noticed will have like small heads to kind of really emphasize their bulky builds. So that's what I tried to do here. I also gave him this really kind of short and kind of strange cape. I do really like how the cape looks, but like I said, it is really short. And there is a lot of things that are divergent from his design, or at least his like basic design, which I wanted to do on purpose to differ, so it doesn't just look like, oh, Potato Mean's character, but with like special Marvel Rival rendering. So here, see I'm doing the arm, and I'm like messing with the settings to make it look right. And I think damn, that looks really cool. Yeah, and here messing with the gold here. I'm just really happy with this one. This one's probably my favorite out of the 3. I like drawing Potato Mean, and I do that a lot. Here I give him a loincloth, which like I said, he doesn't really have on his design. And I also give him a chest plate, which he doesn't really have. On his design, he usually has just like the plain kind of shirt, but it has the dragon emblem. I did the chest plate with the dragon emblem, but you see it's cracked because of the red infect. I also gave him the red glowing eye. I thought that would be another really cool detail. And I'm really happy. So here I'm doing that line. Boom, here's the final thing. And look at it. Very epic. And yeah, so pretty cool. And then last but certainly not least, we have is Frail Whale. Frail Whales, I really do like. I think it does as I've said, I've based all these characters off a pose of a different character. However, this one was pretty clearly based off Bruce Banner. And I think a little bit too much. I think it just kind of ends up looking like Bruce Banner, but with more tech. I still really do like how the design looked. And Frails, I had kind of the most liberty to do whatever I want because I wanted to make him into a healer. So I wanted to give him a bunch of tech and whatnot to kind of make it look like he's a tech head. I think Frail in the real life is like very, I think, pretty computer savvy, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. He can correct me in the comments. But I mean, whenever I have like, problems with like editing softwares, I'll like ask him. And I know he has like a pretty good computer setup. So I figured it'd be cool if we make him like a tech head. And so, yeah. And basic Frailwell's like fig design is fairly basic. So this is kind of the most divergent from his original figure, I guess. You see here, I do replicate kind of like his yellow face by giving him a yellow mask. And instead of black eyes, I give him these like kind of black goggles. I still give him the headset because he likes to have the headset on. I gave him 2 guns here, and there's these pipes that go into his like kind of wrist-mounted weapons. In my mind, those are used. Maybe the wrist-mounted weapons are used to heal, and the guns are used to attack. So he shoots with the wrist when he wants to heal, and then he shoots with the gun when he wants to shoot. I don't know. Like I said, I also gave him this like, kind of like robotic arm off to the side there. Maybe that could also help to heal or shoot. I'm not so sure. But yeah, I am really happy with it. I try to give it accents of, I'm not 100% happy with the coloring. I think in places I could have choose, I tried to do a color scheme of red and orange and a little bit of yellow as well. Because that seems to be his color scheme. I thought he used to have blue in his color scheme at some point. I might be making that up. I thought he had blue pants. I'm also not so, I also made, you'll see this later when I do the coloring. I made the pants the same color as the shirt. I'm not 100% happy with that. I wish I kind of went with a different color. Yeah. So, but I'm still, like I said, it's a design I'm really happy with. But since we're nearing the end of the video, go subscribe to all these people. Frail Will is great. Tato's great. Well, not Tato's much. I'm just kidding. Tato's great. Go subscribe to them. Go watch the 2011 from Rango. We have a Discord server. You can join that. I might upload these images on the Discord server. So if you just want to download them directly, that's a good excuse to go join. But yeah, y'all enjoy the rest of your day. We're going to show the last image in just a second here. But thanks so much for watching. Y'all have a nice one. And yeah, I will see you all later. Here's Frail Will. Yeah, I'm really happy with the design. And the background design, that's just an edited version of a different character. But yeah, have a nice one. Ciao. Bye-bye.